If you ran split test experiments long enough, you will surely notice one thing, that with time your memory of the experiments is going to fade. And then one day Brenda from marketing comes to you and goes like, do you remember this experiment we ran about 6 months ago? Do you remember what the results were? And you're like, well, yeah, I'm gonna have to check on these results. And this checking with the task switching will take away from you 1 hour you will never get back. So to make sure that this doesn't happen or doesn't happen again, you need a solid reporting system. Now, a good reporting system is not just a reporting system, it's something that serves to keep organizational memory. Because if you were to leave from your company, the system will still be there. And the good system must also be vendor independent. Because if you were to switch your split testing software tomorrow and your reports are inside that software, well, you are going to lose organizational memory. And this is something you don't want. You don't want it if you're working for a company, and you don't want it if you run an agency. So if you run an agency especially, all your clients must be on the same reporting system. Otherwise, you're going to go crazy. So my suggestion here, and I've been running experiments for clients for the past 7 years, I ran hundreds of experiments, is to put together your own simple and free reporting system and to give access to your clients or your team members in your company so that everybody is on the same page as to which test we ran and which were the results. So enough talking, I'm going to show you the system. The heart of the system here is a simple spreadsheet on Google Sheet. Again, it's free. You can share it with your coworkers or clients. I usually give commenter rights so people can view, they can make comments, but they cannot change the spreadsheet. So what we want to have on this spreadsheet is the identifier of the experiment. And I use numbers. If you are using GTM Split, which is the free split testing software I created, you have the same numbers here. Okay, so this is X, but in reality, it's the number here. Then you have a description of the experiment. Can be a couple of lines describing what the experiment is trying to improve. Then it's very important that you write down the location, which is where the experiment is running. And this will allow in the future to filter by location and see what tends to be the lift every time you try to run an experiment in a particular location. So you can filter experiments and see if there are locations that are more promising for running experiments. The same is with products. You should use this column here to mark down which product is the target of that specific experiments. If it doesn't target a product, then you can write something else. But the reasoning here is that you always want to mark the location and the subject of the experiment. Then here we have the type of experiment, and this helps you again to filter experiments by type. In case you spot there are some recurring failures, like once I remember we had a problem with redirects that weren't executed properly by the website. So we spotted this problem by looking at the performance of the experiments with redirects, and then we went to fix it. So again, important, segmented by type. Then here, very simple, you write down the date you started the experiment and the date you ended the experiment. This is the actual date of the data, not the publish. And this is important because the platform that is running your experiments, for example, again, if you use GTM Split, you have a date here. But you may decide later when you look at your analytics to start, for example, 1 day later for reporting because you have more clean data. So that is important because you want to use the same data when you later go to revisit the experiment. So again, analytics start, analytics end. This will give you automatically the number of days. Then here you will log the uplift, confidence level if you want, and then a note that summarizes just for the spreadsheet the takeaway from this experiment. Now, these notes here don't have to be the memory of the entire experiment because we are using another document for that, specifically linked in this column, report. So here you're going to place a link, which links a document like this. This is a simple Google Slides document, which again is free and you can share with your collaborators, coworker, or clients. And don't forget that you have to share it as a commenter, not editor. Only you can use viewing rights, but I think commenter is better. So if someone has a comment, they can comment straight on the document. So this document here is simple. You have your hypothesis written here, some notes on the implementation, and then the variants just listed. But what is more important are the screenshots. Because screenshots is something that gets lost really, really fast. I have seen people collecting screenshots in folders, but I really don't like that system because they tend to get scattered all over somebody's laptop, and after a while you don't know anymore where the screenshots are. Plus, picture what happens when Brenda from marketing is coming and she wants to see the screenshots of the experiment and you don't know where they are. You have to lose time going to look for this information. So if you adopt this system here, taking a screenshot, it's trivial when you are setting up the experiment. And I have here mobile, and then in the next slide, I have desktop. So I know exactly what the experiment was showing. There is another problem that if you don't take the screenshots at the moment you were preparing the experiment, later can be too late, because if the experiment has been closed and these maybe variations have been removed, you cannot take the screenshots anymore, okay? So this is very important in the phase of the preparation of the experiment before it goes live, that you put together this slide. So essentially, it's the first two slides you have to put together before the experiment. And then from the third on, this is all about analysis and reporting. And this you compile after the experiment is over and you are analyzing the data. Now, super, super important here. I said already, this link you will just get from here. You copy it, and then you go paste it in here. So let's suppose that this is the experiment. You have your link in there. But there is another place where you should paste it. If you're using GTM Split, I built it so that the report document is already here. So it's one click away. Whenever you're looking at this dashboard, you click here and it opens the document related to that experiment. Then from here, you already have the spreadsheet here at the bottom of the slide. So you can either go from the spreadsheet to the slide or from the slide to the spreadsheet. So you see it's a closed system and it links all the documents together. And the beauty of this system is that it's very easy, it's accessible to everyone, it's portable, because it doesn't depend on a vendor, and it's free. Now, there is one more column in this spreadsheet here, and it's video. And this is one of the most important columns of the entire system. Why? Because 6 months from now, I can guarantee that you will not remember your reasoning. You will not remember why you wrote this particular thing. So the solution to this is to make a video. And the video has to cover the analysis part. So this has to be done with the data, with your analytics, and it has to record your reasoning. This can be done with Loom, for example. A Loom of 5 to 10 minutes where you record the entire reasoning with the data and explain what drives the decision that you are suggesting to your boss or to your clients. Again, this is for you, for your mental sanity in the future. but it's also a good asset to send to a colleague or to a client in case they want to revisit the experiment so that you don't have to do it again. It's already done. And if you prepare this video while you are making the first analysis, it saves you a lot of time in the future, okay? Honestly, I cannot even quantify the number of hours that this system has saved me over 6 years of working with clients. If you like this system and if you like this kind of video, push the like button for me so I know that this stuff is valuable. I'm gonna make more videos of this type. And if you have any question whatsoever about the system, just drop me a comment and I will clarify it for you. One last thing, having a system like this, it's what allows you to scale, because you are keeping a running memory of everything that you have done before. If you don't log the experiments in this way, you are going to rerun experiments you have run in the past. It will be much harder to sit and think, okay, what we have done in the past that worked, or what we have done in the past that didn't work at all, and spot patterns. If you have this spreadsheet and it starts to be 50, 60, 100 experiments long, and you have filters, we said it in the beginning, you have location, product, and type of experiment, you can start to see what tends to work for your company and what doesn't work at all. And every time you have a meeting to discuss what we're going to test next, this is your compass. And the slides are the organizational memory of all the experiments you ran in the past. And the videos will save you time and will keep you sane when somebody comes back after months and asks, do you remember why we removed the guarantee from the product page? So this is the system. It works. Use it. That's it for this video. I'll see you at the next one. Ciao.